Money. So today I'm going to be talking about how much I get paid as a senior carer in the UK on maternity leave. So if you like something like this, just sit back and relax. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tega. I make videos about my life in the UK as a senior carer. If you're yet to subscribe to join my beautiful channel, please click on that subscription button, turn on your post notifications so that you'll be the first to know when I upload another interesting video. You're wondering how much will I get paid as a carer if I get pregnant in the UK? What are my benefits if I'm eligible to take a statutory maternity pay or a maternity benefit? So in this video, I'm going to be clarifying what is a statutory maternity pay, which is known as the SMP, and the maternity pay, which is the MP, which you get paid either from your employer or from the government. Statutory maternity pay, which is the SMP, is the money that you are being paid by your employer when you're on maternity leave. The statutory maternity pay is paid for 39 weeks, meaning that your employer is going to pay you for 39 weeks before you come back to work. I'm going to be differentiating between statutory maternity pay and the maternity allowance. The statutory maternity pay is the money that you are being paid by your employer while you're on maternity leave, while the maternity allowance is the money being paid from your national insurance, which is known as the NI, for you to be on maternity leave. So the two are different and you can't have both of them. So you either have the SMP or you have the maternity allowance. So for you to be eligible for the statutory maternity pay, you must have been working with your employer for 26 weeks before the 15 weeks which you are due. So I'm going to explain and break it down for you to understand how it's been calculated. So for example, the full cycle of your pregnancy is 40 to 42 weeks. So most times you can give birth earlier, like 38 weeks or 40 weeks. But the average they calculated for this SMP is 41 weeks. So 26 minus 41 is 15. So you must be working with your employer for 26 weeks, which I've calculated to be roughly like 6 months before the 15 weeks. That's like 4 months before you are due. So you have worked with your employer for six months. So if you have worked for your employer for 6 months or over 6 months, you are eligible for SMP. Hope you understand, hope you get the explanation. If you're working for your employer for 6 months, so if you get pregnant the first day you start your job and you work for your employer for 6 months before 4 months before you are due, you'll be eligible for it. So if you get pregnant the first day you came to work, I don't think you'll be eligible for it. You must have worked at least a month before you'll be eligible for it. So hope you understand. While the maternity allowance, if you're not eligible for the SMP, if you give your Mat B1 form to your employer and they tell you that from their calculation you are not eligible for the SMP, you're going to be giving the maternity the Mat B1 form to send to you're going to send it online. Some people make the application online, or yes, I think you make your application online, then you're going to get the maternity allowance. For you to be eligible for that maternity allowance too, you should have been working for a couple of weeks as well. So from the government's website, they said you're going to be paid between £27 to 172.48 pence a week for 39 weeks if you are self-employed, or if you are not your employer did not pay for you're not eligible for the SMP. So it also depends on how much you have contributed on your NI. So like what they said, you must be registered with HM, Revenue and Custom. I'm going to pay you from £27 to £172.48p a week for 39 weeks. That's if you are not getting any money from your employer. So within the range of £27 to £172 a week. So that's in a month. Either you depend on how you want it to be paid, either weekly or monthly. So I think you just it's better you just take it monthly. So that's for the maternity allowance. That's for people that they don't get money from their employer. So you cannot get it. So either you get SMP or you get the maternity allowance. Also, you should have contributed to your NI also. So when they pay you monthly, they collect your tax, they collect your national insurance. So that money you are getting is gotten from your national insurance. It's not a public fund, and it's not a public benefit. So that money is gotten from your NI, your national insurance, that you contributed monthly over the period that you'll be working. Hope you understand. So for the SMP, you're going to be paid for 39 weeks. For the maternity allowance, you'll still be paid for 39 weeks. and you're going for the SMP, you are going to be paid 90% of your earnings in the first 6 weeks. So if you're earning, well, like in a month you're earning 1,500 pounds, or from 1,500 pounds, or you're earning, I don't know, any amount you're earning in a month, so they're going to pay 90% of your average earning. So if you're paying, depends on how much you make monthly, they're going to pay you 90% of that amount for the first 6 weeks. So they will do the calculation for you when you inform your employer. So just like an average of what I'm telling you is that you're going to get 90% of that amount for the first 6 weeks. While for the maternity allowance, you're just going to be paid the average I told you. Either you're going to pay from £27 to the highest you can go is as £176 46p. So it depends on how much you've contributed to your NI. That's what will determine how much you get. So that's the range that you're going to get. So it's for you to still make an application, and they will let you know how much you're going to get or not. So after you get that 90% for the 6 weeks for your SMP, you're going to be paid £176 46p every week for the next 33 weeks. So break it down further. After you have been paid that 90% for the first 6 weeks, so you still have 33 weeks to go. So from that 33 weeks, they're going to just be paying you £176. Let me just make it. Let me just read it from the government website to be sure. Okay, sorry, £172 48 weeks every week, not 176. Please, I stand corrected. From the government website, they're going to pay £172 48 weeks per week for the next 33 weeks. So if you have been paid monthly, £172 48 times 4, you're gonna get roughly 600 or something. So that's what you get paid every month till you come out or from your maternity leave. Hope you understand. So you can start getting your money as you can take your maternity leave 11 I think you can start your maternity leave as early as 11 weeks before the baby is born. So you can start getting your money paid 11 weeks before the baby is born. But in my case, I think I worked till I was 32 weeks pregnant, and it became so difficult for me to continue driving. So I started my early maternity leave because of underlying medical condition, which I don't really want to talk about in this video. So I started my maternity leave early, and I am working in domiciliary care, and I have to be driving. The pressure was just too much on me. I couldn't drive anymore, and the doctors advised that it's best I stop driving just for the sake of the baby. So I started my maternity leave on time. I started my maternity leave 8 weeks before my due date. So that was like 2 months before my due date, and I took my 2 weeks annual leave first, because that was what I was entitled to. I was not entitled to 4 weeks, so I took 2 weeks annual leave first. Then I started my maternity leave after my annual leave. So just calculate, do what is best for you. Talk to your employers; they will figure everything out for you. They will break it down for you clearer. I'm just relaying an information to you, just to keep you abreast of what is you are likely to expect. So when you let them know, they will do the calculation, and they will let you know if you are eligible or if you're not eligible. So this is just the process for you to go about when you want to go for your maternity. So you're eligible for 52 weeks maternity leave. So if you want to stay for 52 weeks, they are just going to pay you for 39 weeks. So after 39 weeks, the remaining ones is unpaid. So if you can survive without that money, without taking £172 48p a month, a week, sorry, if you know you can stay without getting paid, and you want to stay home for your baby with your baby for a year, you can start. But me, I think I'm going back after my money stops, because we need the money. It's UK works some money, so you have to pay your bills, you have to take care of yourself, you have to take care of your baby. So with these 3 points of mine, I hope I've been able to explain, because from my other video, people were like sending me messages, what is different between SMP and MA, that's maternity allowance. If I'm eligible for this, help me to calculate. So hope I have been able to convince you and help you calculate and know what to expect. So if you're yet to subscribe, please help me to grow this channel by clicking on that subscription button, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye. Until I make it real, and all I see is